Who are you?
This,
I mean,
yeah, I was finding this lady because I remember like seeing shorts about her being funny, and her name is Cunk. I'm sorry. So yeah, I saved this like best moment. So we're gonna see.
Gordon. I'm a professor of architecture at University College London.
What is a building?
A building is anything that anyone has built.
So my shoes are a building. How many three wise men
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, that's just funny.
were there?
Who knows?
Oh.
And
I don't understand bread sauce.
It's a great way of making a really savoury sauce.
Bread and sauce are two completely different things, aren't they?
Well, they are, but you can grind the bread down and then cook it in milk to make a really good
Wait, there's something like that? Bread sauce?
sauce.
It just looks like sort of... Cheers.
What?
When Henry died, Edward became...
Yeah, there's always like speechless, guys. Oh my god. Bread sauce? Oh shit, I have no idea.
king, aged just 9 years old. Edward died aged 15, the youngest anyone had ever died of old age. When you teach a kid Shakespeare, the youngest...
Sorry, wait, what? It's too fast. I can't.
When Henry died, Edward became king, aged just 9 years old. Edward died aged 15, the youngest anyone had ever died of old age. When you teach a kid Shakespeare, do their heads grow physically bigger?
no.
Do you like ABBA?
I love ABBA.
Yeah. When a feminist looks in the mirror, do they see an equal woman or a better woman?
Oh my god.
They quite often, like all of us, look for what they want to see and they look for what they hope to see.
You see yourself back to front, don't you, in a mirror? But not upside down. Why is that?
Well, hopefully, because that's the way that mirrors are designed.
What power's a mirror? Sorry, you're not the mirrors expert.
What? What?
And to add insult to injury, that money will most likely have a picture of a man on it, because most banknotes don't have women on them, apart from the Queen, who's on all of them. Maybe
Yeah,
one day,
Queen.
human beings won't need buildings
England.
anymore. Although, for that to happen, we'd probably need to evolve skins made of bricks. And that might take at least another 30 years. Macbeth is startled at dinner by the unexpected appearance of Banquo's ghost, played here for some reason by the letter H.
Which of you have done this?
But what was so great about Henry VIII? Why is he the king we all still remember, unlike, say, Richard V? Well, for one thing, he was fat, so he takes up more room in the memory.
Oh, the Andromeda Galaxy is going to hit us.
The Andromeda Galaxy, a whole galaxy is going to hit us.
Yeah,
That's the fact?
on about the same time scale, actually.
So could we fall down a black hole?
Yeah, you could fall into one.
Is that the same? Because I heard that you could be, if, you know, this is one way that the world could end, is that we're all just sucked off through a hole.
True.
I mean, that must be terrible. Can you imagine what it would feel like to be sucked off through a hole?
Yeah.
Back in Queen Victorian times, women weren't allowed to vote.
The thing is, she's asking this professional, like, troll question is just so unserious.
Even though we had a female king. So some women formed a gang called the Suffragettes. 1 in 20 people has been a victim of crime, which means that 19 out of 20 people are criminals. No wonder we need police.
Wow,
Over
true.
the centuries, many things have been used as money, including amber, wheat, eggs, travellers' checks, feathers, book vouchers, lobsters, beads, gold, leather, nectar points, rice, peas, mugs and money. It was only the last of these that caught on. It's almost unbelievable that before Charles Darwin invented evolution in 1859, no one had ever evolved. Without him, none of us would be here today, except in the form of fossils or gibbons. This is the National Theatre. It's designed to look so horrible that people are glad to be inside watching boring plays. Today, Britain stands at a fork in its crossroads, and its people are asking questions. Now we've got our country back. What actually is it? Who are we and why? You know when you read a word in a book and you sort of hear that word in your head, how do they get the sounds into the ink to make it play in your head?
Well,
She wrote
What?
make it a word in your read a word in a book
Yes.
and you sort of hear that word in your head. How do they get the sounds into the ink to make it play in your head?
I mean, I was like, wait a second, it makes sense, but then like, oh, I mean, yeah, I think it's stunned for like 2 seconds, and it's like, oh, I mean,
well,
She wrote, "The world to an end will come in 1881."
I mean, true, like when you like read the words in your brain, it plays, right? But then like,
a claim which has recently been debunked by experts through a careful process of looking around and seeing the world still here. Today, some people choose to turn the outside of their homes into a giant advent crown. A jolly house covered in electric lights may be expensive and use a lot of power, but it's the perfect way to cheer up a world worried about climate change and dwindling resources. Queen Elizabeth I got a crown screwed on here in Westminster Abbey. It was
oh
in this
shit, she was
ship
gonna fall.
Drake became the first person to circumcise
They keep
the
it in
globe,
this funny.
which is probably why this sort of ship is called a clipper. People
Oh, the clipper.
genuinely believed witches were
Oh my
amongst
God.
them. Their fear fueled by leaked photos like this. Did an explorer ever
Leaked
try their fear
photo.
fueled by
Ah, yes.
leaked photos like this? Did an explorer ever try to sail into the sky? You know, find a bit of sea that's sort of going up and...
No.
We're often told to feel sorry for those who are alone at
What?
Christmas. But these days, that's all of us, and it's brilliant. Why did Nelson always have one hand up his jumper? What was he doing up there?
He'd lost most of his right arm, so
The pagans celebrated
Ah! Why? Why one arm? Oh, well, he lost the other arm, so... Oh.
the solstice by cutting down
Wow.
holly and ivy and dragging it into their homes,
Wow,
along
wee.
with a giant Yule log which they'd set fire to. It sounds rubbish, but with no app store to speak of, killing trees and plants was as good as entertainment got, even at Christmas. Despite being the stuff of nightmares,
Oh
Santa
my
is the
god, what
world's
the
most
fuck is that Santa? Holy shit, that's your Santa guy.
popular home intruder. But at Christmas
intruder.
1914, there was a brief ceasefire. The fighting stopped. Soldiers got out of their holes and joined together in a place called No Man's Land, showing that even at moments of peace, men will still divide into two sides and try to beat one another.
I donated $5.
Easy mistake to make. Alright.
King Arthur came a lot, didn't he? I think
What? What kind of... what kind of game? The eye closed, guys. She's like, she died a little.
I think you mean that he's associated with the court of Camelot.
No, it definitely says King Arthur came a lot.
Camelot.
Camelot.
Yeah, it's his court where he held court. It's a place.
All right. But do we know if he came a lot? Or, like, just the same as an average man? Like, about a tablespoon?
Oh my fucking god. Is she for real right now?
The only evidence I have in that regard is that he is said to have had one child.
Right. So probably not.
Probably not.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah.
Or two.
Maybe not. The thing with her eyes
King-
closed, yeah. And her eyes widen when she she shoot first shot, right? She shoot
Okay.
the first shot. She's like unbelievable. And then second shot.
It's a place.
But do we know if he came a lot? Or like just the same as an average man? Like about a tablespoon?
Yeah, like oh, like no one expect that shit. God. Yeah, she is funny. I like her.